And we are live. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to day 20 of our 90-day Go Live Challenge. I'm Diana, a wife and mom of two beautiful girls, a proud digital business owner and mentor from Sydney, originally from Kenya. Today's message needs to be heard loud and clear. This opportunity is not just a hustle. This is a real scalable business with real system, real people, and real impact. So I get it. Many of us used to seeing online opportunity that feel more like hobbies or quick cash schemes, but what we've built here is different. We've stepped into an ecosystem that runs on automation. It's backed by mentorship, requires no experience, and is designed to help you transition from the part-time hustle to a full-time business owner. So just relax because we have a very present and a very powerful lady who has joined us today, who's gonna take over and just inform you about this business. So before we let her in, I'm gonna ask Janet, please. Do you wanna introduce
Yeah.
yourself before we introduce
All
her?
right. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Once again, we are so happy. You can see from our faces, all of us smiles, and we are really so happy for this day. Once again, especially because it's a special life that we have a very special guest with us. But before that, I'll quickly introduce myself, just in
Yeah.
case there is someone watching us for the first time on our business pages. So, my name is Janet. I am a wife, a mom, a nurse by profession, and a digital business owner and a mentor as well. And I am originally from Kenya, but I live in Western Australia with my family. So when I started this business, I wondered this is maybe too good to be true. But what I've discovered is when you have the right system and the right mentors, you can build a business that not only supports your income, but your goals as well, and support your family and your purpose in life as well. And above all, your peace. So before I go on talking too much, I would love to give this chance for our guest, Rujeko, to introduce herself. We are really so happy that she's here with us. So please, Rujeko, tell us, introduce yourself and tell us where you come from. Yeah, over to you, Rujeko, please.
Thank you so much, ladies. I am so honored to be your guest this evening. I so much appreciate and must I also want to add that I really love the work that you're doing. I've been following your 90-day Go live challenge, and it's really been so inspirational. I feel like, oh my
Thank
God, I
you.
want to join the business again, you know? So be rest assured that you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
And yeah, so my name is Rujeko. I am a Zimbabwean, but I reside here in Melbourne, Australia. I am a mom of two, but also, like Janet, I am a professional nurse here in Australia. And yeah, a very proud digital business owner. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rujeko, for that beautiful introduction. Before, I don't want to talk too much, me and Diana, the co-host, because we want to give maximum time to our special guest because she's taken all our time to come and here, be with us. So I'll go straight away to the first question to you tonight, Rujeko. So I'll ask you, what made you take the leap and start your digital business? Was there like a moment you said, enough is enough? Over to you, Rujeko, please.
Thank you, Janet. Wow, my story is, I would say it's a, to me, it's a story of triumph, because the history of how I started this digital business, I can say that I found this business when I was actually rock bottom. I was at the lowest point of my life. And it's so interesting that I think this is the only second time I've ever shared this story. And yeah, I'm glad I'm actually sharing with you guys who have a Kenyan background. You'll find out why as I start to talk. So, way back in, I would say the story starts way back in 2022. I was on Facebook scrolling down, and I came across a live, and the live was actually who is now my coach. But I was so intrigued, because actually she was hosting somebody who I knew, and she was a Nigerian. So this Nigerian, I had known her for as long as I had been here in Australia, and I was wondering what is it that she's now getting herself into. So I decided to give her a call, and we talked. We went into depth about the business, and she confirmed that it was a genuine business. But being a human being, sometimes you need to be convinced. So I was like, let me follow this lady who was hosting her. I don't know, for some reason I was attracted to her, and she lived in Melbourne, and her skin was like mine as well, and I thought I really want to see what she's all about. So out of curiosity, I did press on her website. I didn't know what that meant. I just did it out of curiosity. And the next thing, I started receiving emails, and I just started following her each time she goes on live. And I booked my coaching. Eventually, I paid my access fee for 149, and then I booked my coaching call. And it's so funny. She would tell you that coaching call. She said, "Rujeko, after that coaching call, I just wanted to block you." Because I was skeptical, Thomas, skeptical, and skeptical. And I made her life so hard.
Oh my
So,
God,
nonetheless, this is me doing my due diligence because I
you
needed to know about this business. And I knew that I had the opportunity to get my refund back if I wasn't convinced.
Yeah.
So, finished my coaching call, discussed it to who then was actually now my ex-partner, and he was from Kenya
Mhm.
originally. So yeah, so we were both keen, we were interested, we wanted to start the business. We were excited about starting something online that could potentially increase our income combined together. So fine, the green lights are there, but I guess in the process of all that happening, unfortunately, I would say I started to my marital challenges went worse and worse, and eventually, the marriage actually broke down. So my marriage officially broke down in 2023, and is it 2023? 2023, actually 2022. So, because all that was happening in my personal life, honestly, this idea of starting a digital business was far from me. I just shelved that idea. And yeah, I was a broken vessel, really. During that time, I had a lot of support. I had support from family members because I've got, cousins and aunts and sisters who live here, encouraging me, supporting me, building me really, you know. And I was in a space whereby here I am, I'm single, and I've got two kids. I had just actually I was just doing my grad nurse as well, so it's a good thing that I had graduated. But the shifts was just a challenge because I've got the kids as well, and I didn't have anybody to help me, with the kids. And so during that time, I just needed to come up with I don't know, a solution where, I'm able to look after my kids, but at the same time I need to an ongoing income that I boost. And the challenge of shift work is that they didn't allow me that quality time. It was challenging, the peak and the dropping of the kids. It was very challenging because we start early at 7, and I have to pick the kids by 3, and it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't work so well with the shift pattern. And unfortunately, the longer you want to do those shifts, who do you leave the kids with? And then leaving the kids again in childcare, to me, it just wasn't the ideal, you know, situation I wanted for my children. I wanted to be there for my kids, really. And I think that was the real push in me. And I can also say that I'm a Christian, and having shelved that business idea away, I would say maybe like a year later, towards the end of the 2022, I then entered into what I call a very a prayer season. I needed help from God, and it was just a prayerful time in my life. I was fasting, I was praying, and all these things were happening. And I remember when I was fasting and praying, I remember one of the things that started to happen was this idea of this business that I had shelved away. And when I shelved it away, what happened is I actually told coach that take me out of the group. I don't want to be in the business community group. I don't want to see it anymore because it's a faraway dream. That's that I put it that far away. And I remember when I was fasting and praying, I remember just, by faith, I got in touch with my coach again. And I said, Coach, just put me back into the community group because I want to be motivated again. I want to see if I can actually, start this business. I think I need this business. And so coach actually put me back into the group. And I became very serious. I started typing in the search button. You can type all sorts of things in our community group. And I was also looking for single parents just like me. And I heard thousands of stories because our community group is made up of 200,000 members. So many stories of single moms who have gone above and beyond and are doing so well in this business. They're working from home. They've bought back their quality time. They're even doing things they could have never done, even when they were with their partner. And for me, that was just like, I want to do this. I want to do this business. This business is for me. I claimed it. I say, this business is for me. And so that was how I actually decided to start with the business. And I can say officially, January 2023, that's when officially I actually signed my contract, started my training. And yeah, I became a digital business owner. And yeah, that's my story of my why. My kids are my why.
Wow. That's powerful, Rujeko. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, and that's so powerful. And I salute you. You're a big inspiration to me personally. I've been following you. I did hear you share your why once, and today you shared it again. Thank you so much for that.
Amen.
And I love the way like you're brave, like you did not let fear maybe dictate you. You chose faith over fear. You did not let the
Amen.
fear, despite what you are going through, you did not let like fear decide for you. So you wanted to see on the other side of the fear what is on the other side. And thank you so much for sharing your heart. I don't want to talk too much. I'm gonna give it to Diana maybe to ask you the second question, please.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all right. Oh my God. Yeah, that's so powerful, Jacob, because so many of us relate to that.
Yeah.
Our
Oh,
kids are the
amen.
reason. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
we want to be present for them. Mm. And it's really important anyway. As a parent, you don't wanna leave your kids, leave the milestone that you will have been there for them all through the
Yeah.
milestone, but you're always working throughout. And
That's
that's
right.
the norm in outside the country. This is what
Mm,
we face every time.
mm,
We are never there for our kids because it's
mm,
just work, work, work. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's very nice. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to the second question. What was the biggest mindset shift you had to make once you started, especially as a woman building something for herself? What
Mhm.
was the mindset shift?
You know, the most challenging thing about this business is I'm somebody who was what you call an introvert.
Yeah.
You would never see me on Facebook, never.
Mm, mm, mm.
Um, you know, if I were to share something on Facebook, it's that rare picture that the whole family, you know, my friends were just my family and friends in my personal profile. And the whole
Yeah.
family would be like, wow, Rujeko, long time. Oh my God, oh my God. Because it's a rare thing that I share a photo, you know. So I think the mind shift is after the training and you're learning and you're following. I came to terms with I do need to put myself out there.
Mm.
That was my
Yeah.
personal
Mm.
decision. Um, but it's after the training and also seeing the, you know, the motivation stories and also understanding what is digital attraction.
Yeah.
Um, it was important for me to put myself out there. And I must say that I think a lot has already changed because now
Mm.
they have this faceless marketing. I probably would have gone for the faceless marketing,
I know.
you know. But I can say once I started in small steps because I always my inspiration was my coach. And I always listened to her story and how she started and how she's doing it. And she'd give you tips on how you can do it as well. And I just started. But once I did, I don't want to lie to you. Um, I love it.
Yeah.
I really love it. I
It's
enjoy
true.
it. Is what I can say. I enjoy it, and my the whole idea for me is being that inspiration. Because if other
Mm-hmm.
single moms out there, you know,
Mm.
are going to be inspired, they need to see your real story. They need to
Yeah.
hear your real story. So I
Mm.
think for me, it's understanding that, you know, what I'm doing is I'm being an inspiration. Somebody out there also needs to hear this. Somebody
Mm.
out there who's a single mom like me also needs to know that, you know, there's a business that you can do by just
Mm.
also sharing your story.
Mhm.
So that was the shift mind, understanding why I need to put myself out there. Why am I doing this? Being a source of inspiration to someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, it's most of us were just like you, like introverts. We were never on Facebook. Live,
Yeah.
this is our first live with Janet, and we were so scared at first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, but you know what? It's just changing your mindset, like just
Yes.
accepting and allowing you to be transformed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
you renew
Yes.
your mind, and your mind just in a click, it just changes, and the introvert thing goes away out the window.
It
So
does. And
yeah, it
especially when
does.
we all went to that gather and grow. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Oh my
It
God.
me,
was
that
very
it
good.
moved a lot in me, you know. That being it inspired me a lot.
Tell me
It
that. Oh
really
my
did.
God. You could have seen us with
Yeah.
Janet.
Yeah.
After that, the Melbourne, because I met Janet in Melbourne. Our
Mm.
first,
Okay.
in fact, we met in the first convention. You remember, Janet?
Mm.
And that's
Mm.
when we started. We did our first video at the convention
Oh my
Yeah.
with Janet.
goodness. Do you mean
Yes, we
this
did.
For
year?
dinner.
I
Yeah.
know.
Dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how we met. And that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. We didn't know
Do
each
you see
other
how
before
the
Melbourne.
power of this business is like
Mm.
any other one?
Yeah.
You just make friends within the
Yes.
business, and you become
Yeah.
very close to help each other. That's the
Yes.
power of just this business. I don't know, there's no other one that you can find like this. And we always talk about it with Janet, like we laugh about
Yeah.
it all the time.
Yeah.
So I
Wow.
think I'll give Janet to back to that question.
All right. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you so much, Rujeko. We enjoy listening to you, and thank you for
Yeah.
inspiring us and our viewers as well. You know, when you mentioned about the being introvert. I'm like, Rujeko being introvert, no, for me.
Really?
Yeah, that's the beauty in our business. When you hear like starting a business, or in your mindset, you're like, oh, I'm coming to do a business because of money. But
Yeah.
when we join this business, we find there is more than money. I think
More than
everyone
money.
says that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Especially the mindset shift. And then
Yes.
the personal growth as well. I never, for
Yes.
me, Facebook used to, maybe for scrolling, even people
Yeah.
who we used to be in high school, they are like contacting me. They are like, is that you, Janet? I'm
Yes.
like,
That's what is what
yeah,
for exactly. Yeah.
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 Even people who used to be in high school, they are like constantly, especially now we are doing their life, they're like, is that you? So that is
Yeah.
the power in the business. Like it has been transformed us in ways that we did not pray for, in
Yeah.
ways that we did not expect. That is why, like, we are here with Diana each and every day, coming to inspire someone who, especially for us, like three of us, we are all parents,
Yeah.
and in this side of the world, like in diaspora, we know like how it has been. I'm sure three of us, we've had this chance of taking our children to daycare, and we
Yeah.
know how it feels. We were just talking with Diana the other day, yesterday, about the way they get sick and you're being
Yeah.
called and all that.
I know. And you're
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
like my
know.
son, he hasn't gone to school since Tuesday. He just,
Yeah.
when he went to
Oh.
school, he came up with eye problem, and then tummy, it's flu, it's one thing after the other.
Oh.
Yeah, so for most of us as moms or dads, working parents, I think most of us, our big why is our kids. You
Yeah.
want
Yes.
to be there for them. You want to be there for them,
Mm.
like especially when they are sick, and then you have to be called from work. You want to
Mm.
be there for them, yeah. So
Yes.
before I talk too much, we are so passionate when we start talking about this business. That's why we want to share with everyone, because we always say with Diana, this is a gift that God gave to us. And we say
Mm.
always like sharing is caring. That's why
Yeah.
we
Mm.
want to share with everyone. Okay, I'll go back to the that question, Rujeko.
Mhm.
So how do you you've got so many hats under you. You are a nurse, and nursing is a very demanding job. Your mom. So how do you manage building your business while still being present for your family and your personal life as well? Please,
Mhm.
you, Rujeko.
Thank you. Thank you. Number one, your head and your heart, they need to be in the right place. If you have a big why, you have a big
Mm,
focus.
Mhm.
And once you have that big focus, for me, it's the big focus, and I have already determined inside
mm,
my mind that this business is for me and I'm doing
Yeah.
it. I feel like I can liken it to a woman. In Africa, it's not very common
Mhm.
to find a woman who's driving like a truck, a big truck.
Yeah.
mm.
You know, I can liken it to that. I can liken it. I have decided that I am the driver of this truck,
Yeah. Wow.
and I've already determined it. So, because I have done that, everything else, it accommodates for me to be able to run this business. My work, I've determined it will accommodate for me to run this business. My kids, I have determined that I will look after my kids, but I will also be running this business. And looking at them, I always tell my daughter, I always say to her, you are going to thank me. By the time you're 20, you're going to be
Mhm.
Mm,
thanking me. You're going to even
mm,
understand that, oh, mommy, so this is what you were doing with all those
Mhm.
lives. You're going to
Yeah.
thank me. I always
ah,
tell her that. And
Oh
she looks at
yes.
me and she says, oh, mommy.
mm,
But I've determined within myself. And
Yeah.
and one of the personalities I find I possess, I come from a background where a lot of things happen. In terms of, I lost my parents when I was young, and
Mhm.
because of that, there's this resilience, there's this persistence.
Mhm.
I really understand what it means to be in that survival mode.
Yeah.
And when you are in a survival mode, you are in a focused mode because you need to survive. It
That's
doesn't
it.
matter when there is noise happening around you. This one is doing this, saying this is going there. For
Mm-hmm.
me, I need to survive.
That's it.
So this is what I feel like right now. I feel like all these personalities have been reactivated in me. I'm in survival mode. I'm in persistent, resilience, determined. I've determined. I've told myself that I will make it, and I will. I
Mm-hmm.
always plug into the training. I always plug into the masterminds. I love hanging around you guys, my business partners, because we are
Mm-hmm.
like-minded. You see, it's Saturday night, but where am I? I'm doing
Yeah.
business. I'm listening to your stories while you're listening to mine, because the Bible says iron sharpens iron. So it's also being
That's it.
around the right group of people for you to make
That's
it.
it. Mm-hmm.
But I can also say this business as well, the systems that have been put in place, the automated system, they make it so easy
That's it.
because 90% of the work, it's already being done. This, what we're doing, is 10% that we're
Mm-hmm.
lifting, but the heavy lifting has been done for us. So it's beautiful. Sometimes you go to bed, but the business is on automation, and you wake up in the morning and you have a beautiful message that's saying, look,
Mm-hmm.
you've got a blessing. So that
Yeah.
in itself assists my determined mind, my resilience, everything, my personality that wants to succeed. So I think the combination of these automated systems that we have in place and what I really desire to achieve, they work well together. I've decided I'm doing it and I will achieve it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
True.
that's me.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for that, Rujeko. Yeah, as we say, always come see the amazing community, what we have in place. Diana
Yeah.
always say, like, it's something like no other in this world. I've never seen anything
Mm-hmm.
like this before.
Yeah.
So before I don't want to talk too much. Thank for that, Rujeko. I'll give it to Diana. Maybe if she's got another question for you, please.
Yeah. So that's so powerful, Rujeko. And
Oh.
it's really empowering for us
Mm.
to hear you talk.
Oh.
So can you just share maybe a moment that made you feel like this is working? This is no longer just a side hustle. It's a business for you. When did
Hmm.
you start feeling? How long did it take?
I want to be honest.
Yeah.
I do you know I feel it all the time.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
say like maybe because I've got a very active coach.
Mhm.
I always when I see her online, I feel like this feels like the moments when I started. I feel this excitement in me,
Excitement.
like oh my goodness, and when I see results that coming into our team as well,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
feel like wow, this business, I feel like okay, this thing is working. And of course, when I see the results that are coming into my business,
Mhm.
that the little milestones that I have to celebrate, you know I remember last year, especially when it was one of my, I think the first 6 months I had like I could say almost like six buyers or something,
Oh,
but it was
wow.
the first 6 months of starting. And I remember giving my sister in the UK a call saying, oh my God, this business works, it works, it works, it works. But you talk about the greatest moment. The greatest moment was the event and gather and grow.
Wow.
Eh,
Yeah.
What I know, I know.
when we started and we were gathered and we are just starting, I just felt like, it's just going to be like this. Okay, the talks,
Mm.
nothing. But by the time it was like 5 p.m., whoa,
Mhm.
Mm.
It's
and
something
meeting you
else.
guys, meeting Janet,
Mm.
meeting all the people that I see online.
Yeah.
There's no moment like that moment. The Gather and Grow did
Yeah.
it for me.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah. Same.
very
it did
true.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Very true. Oh, that's nice. That's very true. And I think most of the time we always say that we have to put everything into prayers, because when we go into this business, we always ask God to always be our leader. If
Amen.
you are prayerful, like if you're whatever you believe, I always say it's whatever you believe. You put it into you put all your mind into that and just ask for guidance.
Yes.
So we always commit ourselves to God,
Yes.
because your plans will always succeed. And I think that's what
Amen.
you do. You're a prayerful woman. So prayers and mindset, it's all good to go. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
So I'll not talk much. Janet, it's your turn. Do you wanna
Oh,
maybe
oh
have a
my
question?
God. We've got too much for Rujeko, but
I
yeah,
know.
we're gonna try. Yeah, we are getting so excited, and even I'm sure
Yeah.
our followers as well are getting so inspired to hear from Rujeko. And like we keep on mentioning about our amazing community. When we went to this Melbourne convention, by the way, Rujeko was one of the people part of the
Oh,
organizing the event. So thank you so much. Yeah, so
Actually, it was the coach. I was
is
just in
it?
the team of the coach and following behind her. But thank you.
I saw you helping on the stage and
Uh,
around. I was like, oh, well
Thank
done.
you.
Yeah, so I learned that from you as well. I was like, oh my God, yeah, I saw you there. So that Melbourne convention,
oh,
like
something
did
else.
something, it was everything as Rujeko is saying.
I know.
As Diana was saying, we didn't know each other before at all. But we met
Yeah.
at Melbourne. In fact, we had we interacted with Diana during our VIP cocktail dinner.
Yeah.
That's when we
Yeah.
Yes.
interacted, not even during the day. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
And then when
Yes.
we came back, like first week, I was like, Diana, oh,
On
this
fire.
fire, let's go,
And
let's
I
go.
noticed when I saw you guys doing your live, I
First
was like,
week.
this is gather and
Yeah.
grow moment.
Oh my
And
goodness.
even when I see some of the people I met there, it's like this rekindle. It's
I
rekindled a lot
know.
in
Mhm.
Yeah.
everyone, really. So that's why I think it was such a momental time for all of us.
Yeah.
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 And then, as Rujeko was saying, when I've been doing this business, that convention helped me appreciate this gift for this business that we have.
True.
When I saw the potential, when I saw what the value that we have in this business, I saw most of it during that convention, because people's lives have been transformed in ways they never even thought before starting the
Yeah.
business. So that's
Nice.
when I was like, oh, thank you, God, I'm in this. And I want to go back. I want to go back. This is something funny I've just remembered when we were coming back. I've never shared it just with my family. When we were on the plane with my daughter, when we were coming back, there was this it was so wavy, like the what do you call them, like the turbulence in the plane. It was
Turbulence.
really,
True.
yes, so bad, so bad. And I came to a moment I was so scared, and then I started praying. I said, God, help me, please. If we land in Perth safely, I'm going to transform people's lives. Please help us to land safely.
Oh my
From the
God.
information that I've got from Melbourne, please, God, help us to land safely. When we get to Perth, I promise I'm going to do everything it takes to come and help parents and people
Yeah.
who are stuck in their jobs and who don't know about this opportunity. And that's how, like, when I came back, I talked to
Wow.
Diana. I've never said this to Diana, but when we
Yeah.
landed, that's when I told my daughter, because she was just there, was not even scared. I'm like, oh my God, it was really so bad. But we
Oh
realized, like,
my.
when we landed to Perth, it was like raining throughout. That's why it was so bad. So
Oh,
that's why
that's
when
Mm.
we landed, like even before the first week was finished, I said, Diana, let's do this. Because we talk
yeah.
about it like when we started strategizing, even before we came back, how we gonna do this here.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
like, oh, I prayed. Yeah, and when I came back, God reminded me, remember what you said. So I was like, oh,
Yes.
prayer answered. I've got to do
Yeah.
something. So,
Amen.
all right.
Wow,
So that's
that's
my
powerful,
tiny
Janet.
testimony. Yeah, things we take for granted. It could
Yeah.
happen to us. Like
Yes.
we were with my daughter, and my husband was there with my son. I was like, please, God, no. We are the half of the family is here. Things we take for
Yes.
granted. Yeah.
Mm,
All right. I just remembered that
mm.
we've just remembering the impact the conference had on our lives.
Mm.
So, Rujeko, one question for you, please. To the dads, to the mom watching us today, and maybe they feel afraid to start, or maybe they are feeling unsure if they
Mm.
can do this. What would you say to them from your heart, please? Talk to them.
Thank you, Janet. If you're somebody who's out there and you somehow you've bumped into this live, you're enjoying everything that you're hearing, and you're interested, you want to start, but maybe you're like me, you're at the rock bottom of your life, and maybe
Mm,
you're telling yourself that probably not now, but sometime in the future. I want to encourage you today and let you know that even in the lowest point of
mm,
your life, you can still start this digital
mm,
business. Even when you have hit rock bottom and you are
mm,
nowhere, you can still start this digital business.
mm,
Due diligent, watch the pre-coaching videos. The pre-coaching videos will teach you what this business is all about and how you will get paid. If we can do it, if 200,000 worldwide community members can do
mm,
it, I want to
mm,
tell you, my brother, I want to tell you, my sister, you too, you can.
mm.
Definitely, you can do it too. Okay,
Wow.
that's my message.
Wow, that's really
Mhm.
powerful. And we always say, like, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see, like the whole staircase. Yeah,
Mhm.
faith is just take that one step and start. Okay,
Yes.
before I give it back to Diana, to maybe she's got another question for you. I would love to shout out to people who are watching live. We can see Sharon, thank you so much. Joyce, thank you so much. And Trudy, thank you so.
Wow.
We really
Mm.
appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So I'm
Yeah.
going to hand over to Diana if she's got another question for our guest, please.
Yeah. Well, that's so powerful too. The message was impactful because we have to have faith in whatever we do. If you
Mhm.
don't have faith, then faith with no, as in, is it faith without, or is it actually without faith? Whichever comes first, but without it, without faith,
Mm,
then you
Mm,
will not go further. You just have to
mm,
believe in yourself and have
mhm,
faith that it's gonna work.
mhm,
So I'm just gonna go to the sixth question. So a lot of people always ask us, why should I pay to start a business online? How did you personally handle that decision to invest in the 149?
mm. Uh, it's understanding the concepts behind business. This is a business,
mm,
guys.
Yeah.
And in any business,
mm,
whether it's going to be a physical business or whether it's going to be online business, the concept still stand. You need to make an investment. And
mm,
all we are saying is it's a very small investment. And that 149, to me, it's a no. N for November, O for orange,
mm.
no risk investment, because it's
Wow.
a little investment for you to do your due diligence. You
Mm,
need to know, what is this business about?
mm,
How, when, why? All those questions, they need to be answered. You need to
mm,
understand, how do we earn from this business? You need to understand, who are we affiliated with? You need to understand, have the history, of our mother company, have the history of how this business actually started, have the history, because we are associated with products, though we don't sell. But you need to understand, so how does that happen? So, all those questions, it's a due diligence unto yourself. That's number one. Number two, the systems that we have put in place, they were definitely not for free. You tell
mm,
me, if you were to put a digital business system in place, is it going to be for free? It's
No.
obviously going to take your time, it's going to take your finances. So, for somebody else to be plugged in and enjoy a system that was created, is that going to be for free? No, there has to be a fee attached. But we are very fair. We are saying, pay the fee, but if you don't like it, here's the money back. To me, it's a no risk. It's a no risk at all. And it's a chance for you to do your due diligence. What motivated me, or what made me, to have that decision to say, I need to pay the 149? I needed to know, what is this business all about? I needed to know. So if you are like that, if you're somebody who needs to know, then there is your chance to do the due diligence and learn what is the business all about. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yes.
that's true. That's true. So, Janet, do you wanna go first?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for that, Rujeko. I'll add something regarding the 149 US dollars as well. 149 is what? It can easily disappear from, maybe you go for dinner, for shoes, or maybe streaming subscription for Netflix or anything. But if you invest 149 US dollar wisely, this could change the legacy that you leave for your children. We always say, like, our kids, they won't be literal like forever. They are growing. You would look back and wish you had more time with them. So I'm saying, like, thank you so much, for people who have been watching us. So if this conversation with our guest has sparked something in you, and it's not a coincidence that you're being watching the three of us today, you are being called to something greater. Click on the link on our bios, watch the free webinar or the free workshop. That's where your journey always starts to be a digital entrepreneur, and see what's possible. As Rujeko, our guest, has said, see for yourself inside what's possible for this business. So I'll give it back to Diana, please.
Yeah, yeah, it's true, because I always say, if nothing changes, where will you and your family be in a year from now?
Yeah.
You know? So this is a real business. Just like any other franchise, any professional program, there's a startup fee. But the truth is, you get a lifetime access to a global system, personal mentorship, and step-by-step training.
Yeah.
And if you feel like it's not for you, it's 30 days, you have 30 days, money back, nothing attached. So that's very lower risk than even a gym membership. Like, it's not, you'll get back your money. And the opportunity here is that it has a potential to change the whole of your family and the whole of your future. Because this business has changed a lot of people, and it's here to guide you step by step. There's nothing that you will not have. You'll have friends, Rujeko, you'll have Janet, you'll have other coaches. Like, it's like a family. If you have you can ask anyone. We have the social groups where you can ask any question and you get an answer 24/7.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be all figured out, or to have a tech survey. No. You have all the support and mentorship. Janet, Rujeko, and me, we gonna mentor you. So it's your chance to just be part of this community, because I tell you, in the next 1 year, you'll be thanking each and every one who's live here today. You'll be thanking us, because it will change your life. It will change the direction of your future.
Yeah.
So, Rujeko, do you have anything to say before we close?
I want to thank you
Party
guys.
thoughts.
Oh, thank you guys for this wonderful, great opportunity. You are such an inspiration. So thank you. Those are my parting words. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, wow. Wow. All
Janet,
right.
do you want to say something?
Okay, before we close, I would love to appreciate Catherine Jockey as well. Thank you so much for joining or tuning in live. We see you, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. So before we close, I just want to say a very, very big thank you from the bottom of my heart to our guests, Rujeko. We really appreciate even like coming to our live and honoring our invitation. and pouring your whole heart to us and to our viewers as well. Personally, I have been so inspired by your journey. I've heard you now and then. Each day I hear you, I am very inspired by your journey and how you're doing this. Your journey is a blessing to me and to each and everyone watching us. So thank you so much for showing us what is possible when you dare to say yes to growth, or to
Yes.
say no to fear, not to let fear decide for you, but you chose faith over fear. So thank you so much. We really appreciate you, and God bless you. Maybe I'll give it back to Diana to wrap up the
Yeah.
day for us.
Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you so much, Rujeko. We have been inspired, and we are so happy and deeply grateful that you joined us today. On behalf of Janet and myself, thank you for honoring this invitation and for speaking life and truth into our audience. I
Yes.
know so many people have picked something from you, and just to everyone watching, this is not just a side hustle. This is a door to the life you've been dreaming of.
Yeah.
Like Rujeko, like Janet, this is what we've been dreaming for, and this is what we want you to be part of. So all it takes is one brave step.
Yeah.
One brave step, and you're happy to go. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 21 of 90-Day Goal Life Challenge. Until then, stay bold, stay curious, and remember, your freedom is on the other side of decision.
Yeah.
So God bless you so much and have a wonderful weekend. See you guys.
See
Bye.
ya. Bye.
Bye.